What is up, guys, and welcome back to episode number 88 of the My Player Career Mode. Today, guys, you are going to find out whether or not we make our first ever Champions League final in this series. So today, we've got two games in the Champions League, one in between in the league as well. Of course, having already wrapped up the league title, I didn't see too much point playing against Malaga in the first game of today's episode, so I went ahead and simmed it, and I wanted to make sure I was on full fitness for this game over in Liverpool. So here we go, guys. The moment of truth is upon us, and just before we get into this, actually, I do want to show you when we first went over to Anfield. So I'm going to take a break in commentary in a few moments' time here, because I want to show you how good EA have got this spot on. I really like playing at Anfield. The only reason for it is because of the song You Never Walk Alone, of course, that the Liverpool faithful do in fact sing. It sounds so good in this year's game. I'm going to let you hear it in a moment's time here once we get into game, and I'll stop my commentary just for it. But just honestly, guys, take a listen to it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I personally think that it's unbelievable. So we're travelling over to Anfield to take on Liverpool for the first game of the double legger. And we are away, of course, first. So it'll be interesting to see what we can do over at Anfield. But like I said, just before we get into that, guys, take a moment and listen to this. This is unbelievable. That is actually unreal. Amazing to be able to kind of, I guess, capture it the way they did in FIFA. It sounds so good. But honestly, guys, going over to Anfield, to hear that playing out first before you even kick off is really intimidating. And I'm sure it will have got all of the Liverpool players fired up for this game here. You can see the team on your screen that Zinedine did in fact go with for today's game. Of course, us up top alongside Anthony Martial and Brandt, as it has been quite a few times this season, even though Anthony Martial could be leaving us. You'll have to wait and see what happens in today's episode to see exactly what I'm talking about regarding that situation. But for now, guys, the first leg is about to get underway here, and we did have the first chance as well. It came very early on in this one. Down the right-hand side we went. Nice ball back inside. I came deep for it on the edge of the area. Managed to turn my man, get into the penalty area. Klein doesn't get there quick enough to slide, and we take the lead inside 4 minutes. So although Anfield had a very special start to this game here with the, their signature song beforehand, their players certainly didn't wake up in this one, because 4 minutes into the game, we got a chance and scored it. So the Real Madrid faithful who travelled all the way to England, back to my home country, of course, to watch us play in this one here, would have been very happy to witness that one going in the back of the net very early on. Klopp not happy with his players, but my team behind him there are jubilant with the way that we started this one off. So back on home ground, back on home turf, if you will, back in England, we got ourselves a goal to mark the occasion as well. But it wasn't all plain sailing for us, because Liverpool would fire back very, very well as well indeed. Nice ball over the top. Chasing it is Divock Origi. He gets the ball under control, goes down after the slide from Rodriguez. Very poor decision making from the fullback, and it's one of them situations where if he'd stayed on his feet, Origi's really going nowhere. There's no real pass on the inside either for him. So in that situation, stay on your feet. You don't give away a sloppy penalty kick like that. So it allowed them to have a chance to get themselves back into the game as well. And Sadio Mane was the man to step up, be in front of Courtois, and send the keeper the wrong way as well. So 25 minutes onto the clock at Anfield. It was 1-1. Both teams showing why they have got themselves through to a semi-final of the Champions League. It was competitive early on here, and it was looking as if that was going to be the shape of this game to come here. So although we got off to a lightning start, we didn't manage to keep hold of it. And I say before, I'll say it again, away goals for me are vital. And so to get one here at Anfield is, for me, going to be very, very important for this tie. I don't know about you guys. I don't know what you guys are thinking. But as I said to you, you will know who goes through by the end of today's episode, whether or not it is us or Liverpool. And you will see the team that we, in fact, have to play, or they have to play in the next round, no matter the outcome of today's game. So in that sense, it doesn't matter who goes through here, you'll still be seeing. I'm hoping if we end up, getting knocked out of this, I'm hoping it is a a Liverpool Manchester United final. That's what I'm hoping, because I think 2 English teams would make it a really good final. As Courtois makes a vital save there with 10 minutes from time to deny Liverpool what would have been a winning goal, and then we had one more chance before the end of the game as well. An absolute I don't know what happened in the area. Everybody was falling over everybody. The ball eventually fell to me. I struck one goalwards. It was a good save from Karius, and that was all the game had in store. So Liverpool won, Real Madrid won for the first leg of this game here. We do have the away goal, though, to take back to the Santiago Bernabeu with us. Honestly, very, very cagey, very tough, very tense first leg, if you will, at England, and they gave us a good game. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing the second leg, see what happens in that one. As I did mention, regardless of the outcome of that one, you'll be seeing who has who. But, personally speaking, I would like to see 2 English teams in the final if we are to be knocked out. I would like to see it be a Manchester United-Liverpool final. Of course, being a Premier League fan, being that kind of thing, I would root for any English team in the Champions League. And I don't want to see our bitter rivals, Barcelona, getting in there. So, if it is us that end up losing this, I do not want to see Barcelona beating Manchester United and going through themselves. I think it would be annoying for us, and I would rather see us go through ourselves. So, in that case, guys, up until that second leg, we've got our second game up against Eibar here right now. So, in that sense, this game, again, irrelevant. But, for momentum going into the second leg, it's important we get a good result here. It's important I play well. It's important the boys give me some nice service. It's important they play as well. So, this is all about momentum moving into that second leg. The result here, the outcome of this, has no reflection on how we're going to finish in the league, having already secured the league title. All this is momentum to move into that second leg game against Liverpool. So, in this game here against Eibar, I was thinking I maybe should take myself off at half-time, because fitness-wise, we're playing the second leg literally 3 days after this. So in my opinion, I need to be full fitness for that one, and so I was considering taking myself off at half-time, and in the end, I was going to do it, but I forgot to. So I ended up playing a full 90 minutes here when I didn't really need to in that sense. So, I should have honestly taken myself off at half-time, and it was my mistake, and if I'd have done that, maybe I'd have been full fitness for the Liverpool game, because I can confirm and I'm not full fitness for that game up against them in the next coming few minutes. So we got off to a good start here, though. 16 minutes in, nice ball into the area. I ran through, took a strike on, finessed it top bins, easy as you like. No keeper was going to save that one when I got in that position. But honestly, guys, it was a simple task. I got past that defender there, ran straight through the middle of 2 of them. That defender was then blocked off, allowed me to have the strike, and it's an easy thing for me to do when I get in that situation. So we took the lead here. I was playing quite well this episode. Felt like I was going to have a good game in that second leg up against Liverpool. We've already got 1 goal over in Anfield. Who's to say we're not going to get a second back at the Santiago Bernabeu, as we are doing here up against Eibar. So that became our 30th league goal of the campaign as well, guys. I was really happy to get it, because it means now as well we have breached that 30-goal season. So I'm really happy about that, because I wasn't sure if I was going to get it. I was a bit sceptical after our recent performances, in this series and how the manager has attacked us recently. So I was a bit sceptical as to whether or not we was going to reach that 30 goals. But we did, in fact, reach it here as well. So 28 minutes onto the clock. We found a second goal here. Nice move from us. A nice pass inside from me. Gives it off in the end to Isco. Isco strikes one. And it is 2-0, as easy as you like. So Eibar really were struggling in this game. They couldn't get themselves on the front foot, and they didn't know what to do when we had the possession of the ball. They defensively were shocking. And it was a simple task for us. We were playing some nice football as well. And like I've mentioned, it's all momentum moving into this second leg up against Liverpool. If we can get a win and play well here, it's always a nice way to go out. But also, into that second leg against Liverpool at home, we need to be playing well as well. I'm sure the fans will be giving us as much as they can, as Liverpool will be travelling to the Santiago Bernabeu, which actually is really good to see, because, recent years, Liverpool have been knocked out of the Champions League. They haven't really been in and around it, of course. I'm sure Liverpool fans in my comment section will all know how it's been for you guys. But certainly it's nice to see them back up there in that sense. And 90 minutes on the clock here. We had a free kick, which I struck goalwards. Decent save from the keeper. You'll see it from a different angle in just a moment's time here, as we did actually show you in an instant replay, as it was a really good stop actually from the keeper. And my free kicks, as you may know, we've only scored 1 all series long. So I was hoping this is going to go in the back of the net, but a decent stop from the Eibar goalkeeper denied us a free kick goal in this episode. There you go, guys. 90 minutes on the clock. A 2-0 victory here, as the referee did bring the game to a close there. And as I mentioned, result irrelevant. It didn't mean anything. All it meant was momentum moving into that second leg, and it also allowed me to grab a goal as well to take myself to 30 league goals for the season. So I'm extremely happy to hit 30, but of course we still got a job to do, because we still have this second leg to come up against Real Madrid here. And if we don't win this one here, that'll be a frustrating way to end. Although, we do still have the Copa de España final El Clásico to look forward to. So, even if we don't get through to the Champions League final here, guys, we still have something to look forward to at the back end of the year. And El Clásico in the Copa de España final, it's going to be amazing. So, there you go, guys. Real Madrid have told Anthony Martial that he's not needed, and he has been transfer listed. I have no idea why. He seems to be a regular starter for us. So unless it's down to a contract issue or unless it's down to personal problems with Anthony Martial and the board, that is the only thing I could think of, because he's still getting game time, he's still playing regularly for us, so it's not like he's not a good player. Otherwise, he simply wouldn't be playing. So transfer listing him seems like a very weird decision to me. I don't know about you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. But to see Anthony Martial transfer listed, I was very surprised about it. So moving into the second leg here, I'm not sure how Martial's going to be feeling, thinking, or what he's going to be doing, because if he is picked for the starting 11 in this one here, surely, with the fact you've just been transfer listed, if it wasn't part of your own plans, you must be kind of thinking to yourself that you're not having much faith in your kind of manager and stuff. So I am very, very, very surprised to see him transfer listed. As I said, the only reason I could think of is if there was a problem with himself, rather than the board and anything like that, just deciding that he's surplus to requirements here. So it must be something to do with himself rather than that. So we've got a game here, as I said, second leg at the Santiago Bernabeu. We do have the away goal to come back here and play with. So if we need to, we can try and play out a 0-0 draw, but it's always risky doing that. And as you can see, he is not part of the starting 11 here. Schürrle comes into the side at right mid, Brand moves out to left wing, and so Anthony Martial is not picked for this game here up against Liverpool in the second leg. We were, of course, but as I mentioned, my fitness wasn't full for this game. So although it would be interesting to see how we could get on, I am not really fully confident in myself and the boys to do the job here. The Santiago Bernabeu was the stage. We, of course, have to do the job. Otherwise, I cannot go this close to a Champions League final and get knocked out. It will be so frustrating if we do. So I was looking forward to it, but ultimately was quite nervous as well. 64 minutes on the clock. The only real chance we had of the entire game really fell there. It was a cross into the area. I don't know what I tried to do, and in the end, the shot was going out for a throw-in if it hadn't been intercepted by the Liverpool man. And then we get ourselves another chance here, 68 minutes onto the clock. A really good ball over the top for me and Brandt to chase. Eventually, Klein brings it down, gets picked the pocket off by Brandt there, and then eventually feeds it through to me. And I have to do better with it. I have to score that chance, and I did not do it, unfortunately. So it's still none at this stage, as we have one more chance before the end of the game here. It falls at the hands of myself. Managed to turn the man on the edge of the area, strike it goalwards. Keeper makes a good stop, and we eventually end up running out to a 0-0 draw. 90 minutes on the clock, guys. We're through on the away goal ruling. A very, very weird way to end the episode off. It's a very anticlimactic way as well to end the episode off, because it shaped up to be quite an interesting second leg, this one up against Liverpool. But sometimes you get these games where you have a really good first leg, and then the second leg, nothing happens. And that's exactly what happened there. So in that sense, guys, we are going through to the Champions League final in our first ever final of our career mode. Please do not lose. That's all I'm going to say, you know. I just can't. Honestly, guys, we have to win it. We have to win. We're through to the final. And also, I'm going to tell you right now, guys, you're about to see the draw. I mentioned earlier, didn't I? We have an El Clásico Copa de España to look forward to. Not only that, guys, we have an El Clásico Champions League final to look forward to. It just had to be, didn't it? It was written in the script. It had to be an El Clásico. There you go, guys. Barcelona getting through against Manchester United. So what it means is we've got an El Clásico for the Copa de España final, and then 6 days later, an El Clásico once again for the Champions League finals. So 2 El Clásicos, and arguably 2 of the most important El Clásicos we're going to be playing in the entirety of our Real Madrid career. I can't wait for it. I'm sure you guys can't either. It's going to be very, very interesting. 2 arch rivals going up against each other for the biggest prize in club football. So I'll see you all for it in the upcoming days. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, I'd appreciate a like rating. As always, thank you for your continued support on the channel. You guys are all amazing for everything you do. And I will see you all for another video very soon. Stay tuned. Adios.